Episode 132 sees us go into the January transfer window in 2034. It's going to be dramatic. One way or the other, it's going to be dramatic. Roll the intro. No, I won't stop. Hello and welcome back to the Folkestone Invicta Save. I am Cultured Leftfoot. It's a pleasure to have you with me, and just in case you didn't know, I am streaming Football Manager over on Twitch 3 times a week, Monday, Thursday, Friday I think it is, maybe with the occasional one chucked in on a Tuesday and a Wednesday. No, it's not, it's Monday, Tuesday, Friday. There you go. The link is in the description below. It's www.twitch.tv/cultured_left_foot. And yeah, come and join in, check us out. We've got a save with Spurs, who ironically are the game we've got in a minute in this save. But yeah, come and check us out. We've got a great community growing. We've made Twitch affiliate, and now we're heading for partnership. So come along and join in. But today's episode, sort of given away by the thumbnail, where we're starting with this. It is the January transfer window, and the big news is that if we scroll back down here somewhere, Man City have decided to pay the £105 million needed to buy Ridvani on his minimum fee release clause. Ridvan Osmani, a truly fantastic prospect by the looks of things, has been phenomenal this season on a 7.07, 7.11 last year. 27 million we bought him in for. If it goes through, then Palmer will get 11 million due to a sell-on fee, and we're going to get 93 million added to our kitty. I do have some players lined up. It is the 2nd of January, so we've gone through one day of the window already. There are a number of people that are interested in our players, including Vincent, who won't sign a new contract, so I'm trying to cash in on him for as much as I can, 50 million, but he may well be moving on a free transfer to France, I think it is, back into France. Monaco and Marseille have made a Bosman ruling bid for him. Osmani's got a bid. Taylor's got clubs interested in Man City and Juventus. Javier Cheer's got Man United, Man City. Philip Ludwig, Leicester City, and at the moment, that's it. So it's... who knows what's going to happen in this January. A quick look at the fixtures, because we're going to do January like we did the last one. So there will be no live gameplay today. We're just going to come back for results, transfer news, and get January done in one episode, hopefully. But it's been incredible once again. So good, in fact, we signed to find ourselves top of the league, 3 points clear of Man United. So quite the performances we've been putting in. In the last episode, we had 2 back-to-back 1-0 losses. We played Newcastle and won 3-0. Cheer, Gashi and Chalk with the goals. We beat Burnley 3-0 away from home as well, with Cheer, Bunga and Cesar getting the goals. Southampton were smashed 4-0 away from home. Cheer, Osmani and Fernandez. Red Star were beaten 3-0 with most of our reserves being played. Dumamuth and Diego scored, with Osmani coming on later on in the game and getting a goal as well. We beat Blackburn 2-0. Chris Chalk and Osmani got the goals there. We beat Leicester 5-0 at home. Chris Chalk getting a brace, Javier Cheer getting 1, Osmani getting 2, and we've just drawn 1-1 with Bristol City. So December was amazing until the last game of December on New Year's Eve, and then we drew 1-1 with Bristol City at Ashton Gate. So we will be playing all of these games, so by the end of January we'll find out if we are in a EFL Cup final, which could be very interesting. We don't know who we've got in the second knockout round of the Europa League yet, because obviously we miss the first knockout round. So without further ado, let's get on to it, and I'll be back if there's any more information. So 5 days later, and it is confirmed, Ridvan Osmani for £105 million joins Man City. That is huge. 15% of the profit obviously goes to Palmer, 11.75 million, but £105 million. Now, the person I was actually eyeing up to replace him plays for Man City. Funnily enough, does play for Man City, and I think the stumbling blocks could well be wages, because Maxim Sabe on the transfer list for 62 million, I think it is. He's on the transfer list by request, although they've now put 114 million. It was 62, but yeah, he's really good, but he's on £400,000 a week. So I'm just going to see if they will accept 60. Well, I think 62 is what it was on there for before, and I want them to pay quite a lot of his wages. Let's go 250 grand. Nah, they've said no. Okay, if we get rid of that, they'll probably say no again, because they want that 114 million. Now that is a bit of an annoyance. He is very good as well, wanted by Juventus. But we've got lots of money to spend. Jonas Bush, who's he? No, not brilliant. Not brilliant. But yes, Ridvan Osmani has gone. The games that we had in between as well. We beat Tottenham in the first leg 2-1. We drew with Bristol City again. Charlie Chalk denied a hat-trick by a very, very close offside rule on that one. Pretty disappointing. We had to go all the way to penalties to beat Bristol City with our backup lineup, which was very, very annoying. But we are through to the 4th round, which is good. Which is very good. We've got Leeds Derby coming up and we've got Oxford or Norwich in the 4th round. But yeah, Bristol City playing the infamous 4-1-4-1, which seems very hard to break down. But a win away from home in the EFL Cup semi-final first leg is good. And we'll be back if there's any more news. But there is stuff happening. We'll just have to see how it unfolds. So yeah, we'll be back with more news in a minute. So in a big day of transfer news, Javier Chia is under offer from Man City as well. We are not accepting anything less than his 91 million release clause, which they're not willing to pay at the moment. They're creeping up every time. No, you can get rid of these and, well, we'll leave the percentage profit on there. That's totally fine. Nope, he's not available for 45 million. Sorry about that. However, though, Vincent has turned down apparently everybody that you'd think he'd move to go to China. So I imagine they're paying him an absolute bucket load to move there. But it does mean we actually get the biggest transfer that was made, which was £35 million. And the fact that he could have moved for nothing, I'm happy to actually get that. It's a bit of an annoyance that he's going to go. But yeah, it is. There you go. He moves £35 million. He's moved. We got him on a free transfer from Juventus. So again, a very, very good return on the sale. But he was very, very good for us. So it is going to be a miss in the middle of that park. As Ramos think, yeah, well, I can't do anything about it, Ramos, can I? Like, he wanted to go, he would have left anyway. So there we go. I'm not happy about it, but I'm happy that you've come to take the time to talk to me. So there you go. Whatever. He's over it. Results that we've had since the last time we were together. We have drawn 1-1 with Leeds. Not the best. We outgunned them. We also got a lot of yellow cards as we went in hard. Went 1-0 down. Mariba got us the equaliser. But yeah, no transfer news for the Inns yet. So we'll have to see what goes on there. We've still got a relatively good squad. We are hampered though, because we've got restrictions on who we can obviously sign. So we can now put Pablo Diego back into the squad. But because we've only got 2 spaces left in the squad and we need two more players trained in England, ideally the players we've got to sign have got to be trained in England. So we are in a bit of a difficult situation at the moment in terms of who we can bring in. But I am still happy with the squad. It is still good. Pablo Diego can come in and replace either Vincent, or he can replace Osmani on that left. So he'll be getting a lot more game time. Dummermuth flattering to deceive, I should say, not failing to deceive, flattering to deceive this season, not having the best of times. And Bruno Fernandes is still very much struggling for goals this season. 6.74, so he is improving, but it does seem to look like that was a bit of a flash in the pan moment as a new signing, but we'll see how it goes. So not too many more games left quite a lot of games actually left in January, but we'll be back for your transfer news as it happens. So news on an in potentially. I've had a £38 million bid accepted for Neco, Enrique Ferreira Miranda, who is actually English with a name like that, which is a bit strange. But he's a wonder kid at Leeds. Now, the scouts don't really recommend him, but I do tend not to really look at scouts too much. Potential ability, it's not brilliant. Steve Holland has got 15-15, so he's not perfect, but he would be good. High work rate, good pace, resolute characteristics. It was English, which would really help us. Really good physicals, other than natural fitness, which is a bit of a concern. 6'3" on the wing, so he's going to be tall as well as quick. He can cross, he can dribble. They will get better as well as he progresses through his career. We're going to play an English tax for him as well, and we've got the money. I'm just thinking, is it worth? He would be an out-and-out winger on the left. It would suit how we're playing at the moment. Is it going to suit how we're playing in a couple of years' time when he hits his peak? I don't know. Is it worth 30, 32, 38 million? I don't know. I just don't know. I can't make my mind up on this. We'll go into the wages and then we'll come back to it and decide what's going to happen. So he only wants to be a breakthrough fringe squad. So I think it looks like the sort of player who'd probably buy and loan out, but I don't. That's not what we want. But we're going to see. See, he only wants 33. 33.5 grand isn't very much either a week. The wages aren't the problem. It's the. Yeah, let's get rid of all of these. It's the down payment of cash. I just think there's better out there, but we're so hindered at the moment by the need to buy English to get them registered. So we're just going to go through that, and I'll come back to it in a later stage. We drew with Norwich again in the FA Cup. I don't know what it is. We can't win in the FA Cup. It's all draws going on at the moment, but we'll see how it goes. He is listed as a wonder kid. He's had 2 under-21 caps and scored 1 goal, so he clearly has potential, but we'll have to wait and see. So we're going to take on Norwich again in a minute. We've got a loan offer there for Bruno Fernandes. I might send him out on loan if they're going to pay all of his wages. He's not playing for us. Yeah, I think we'll accept that, and then it frees up a foreign area as well. You want Goodwin on loan? You can give us 50%. No, because we've got offers that are paying more money than that. But yeah, we'll be back with any more news as it happens. So it's what you've all been waiting for, some action on the ins. And the first player we're looking at is Serge Robert. From Arsenal, French, value of £54 million. I think they want him off the wage bill. He's probably one of the options I'd put on the wing. He's got pretty good dribbling, pretty good. He can play up front as well. Basically, us and Man United at the moment are doing this. Like, they win, then I win, then I win, then I win, then they win, and I'm thinking goal difference might become a factor, and I want people that will score goals. And this guy looks ridiculously good. Not capped by France, which is really surprising. Wants to play in the Champions League, and we're likely going to be there next year. And I think for, like, how much are we paying for him? 29.5 million. I think that's a no-brainer. He's going to be taking a slight pay cut to join us as well, 150 grand a week. So Serge Robert is going to be the first player we bring in this window. So we are very much reinvesting the Osmani money. So we'll accept that one and bring in Serge Robert. And it's going to cause a lot of different sort of instructions about who can be registered, because I think we're going to have to... We're going to lose some other people in this transfer window, I think. But there we go. Serge Robert, a nomadic striker, comes in. He's had pretty good ratings everywhere he's been. If he can recapture the form he had in Germany or for Lyon back there, then I think he's going to be good. But they get a little bit of a profit on him. I'm very excited about seeing what he can do. As I said, for us, he's probably going to play potentially on the right or left wing as an inverted forward or a winger. But can give us lots of options up front as well. Really like the look of him. And a massive upgrade on Bruno Fernandes, who is likely going to be leaving. So we'll get Bunga to welcome him in. And there may well be more news coming in terms of the ins as well. Because, yeah, basically when we had that one with Neko, I had other irons in the fire, and a lot of them may be coming to fruition. So we'll find out. So a bit of other news. Veloso was one of the others. We're actually looking to get him in, definitely to play on the left, but he's chosen Juventus over us. It was us, Juventus and Man United going for him, so we still don't have the pulling power of Juventus, but he was one I was looking forward to as an inside forward out there. Good crossing, good dribbling, great finishing, composure, pace. He looks absolutely incredible from Portugal, banging them in for Porto. So yeah, gutted to miss out on Sandro Veloso, but he moves to Juventus. Now, I don't know if that will potentially free up someone else from Juventus to be available, but at the moment, we'll have to see what's going on. And you can see there, Luigi Del Bianco. We've got a bid in for him, so we'll look at him and see if we get any news on that in the future. But we've got a game against Leicester coming up, but games, we beat Norwich in the replay 2-1, Pablinho and Max Dummermuth. And this is the game against Leicester where potentially... we may give Sergio Roberto his debut off the bench. We'll have to see how it goes. But we'll be back with more transfer news when we get it. As we head into the final week of the deadline day, even less than that I think now, 6 days left of deadline till deadline day, we Beat Leicester 3-1. Sergio Roberto did come on but didn't score. We brought him on when we went 3-1 up after the 70th minute, but he got 20 minutes. He looked alright but didn't score. And then he started against Spurs, didn't score, played pretty poorly to be honest, but we lost 2-1 but went through on penalties, so we are going to be in the League Cup final, which is lovely stuff. It's going to be drawn there after a crunch game against Man United, so that will be the next episode when we come back from the after this window. But yeah, Man United away, and then a cup final against Chelsea or West Ham, who drew 0-0 in the first leg. But no other transfer news yet. However, live, Luigi Del Bianco, look at the state of him. 29-year-old world-class midfielder. I think him and Mariba could be superb. We need cover because Camavinga's been injured, and obviously we've sold whatever the other guy's name is. Bargain fee, £36.5 million. 200 grand a week again. He's taking a pay cut to come and join us. But I think really good, really happy with that. Get him in the van. Get him in the van. And there you go. Big signings happening at Folkestone. The money from Osmani has been reinvested. I'm very, very happy with it. So we signed, put him on that. We'll add him into our warm weather training camp. Bunga can go and say hello as well. Excellent. Squad reg, so this is where it gets a bit complicated. Oh, we've loaned out Bruno Fernandes as well. He moved to Roma on loan. So if we put him in, don't have enough. So we've got to get rid of one of our foreign registered players, all that we've got there, and I don't know who to get rid of. I'm sort of thinking Medina. He hasn't really played this season. Might just try and cash in and sell him only 3 times, so he's not really taking up a useful spot. So at the moment, that's what we're going to do, and we'll confirm that. But yeah, we'll have to see. I think I'm very, very happy with that. Big name signing boost as well. We sold 45,000 shirts last season, accounting to 3.78 million. This year we've already sold 35,000, with Chris Chalk being up there. Del Bianco will be one of the highest sellers as well, which is really good. As Stead of the Nay have agreed to sign Patreon Derek Murphy. Unfortunately rejected our contract and agreed to go to Stead of the Nay. But yeah, we've got Wolves up next on the final game before deadline day. Let's see if there's any other business to be had. Man United still sniffing around Javier Cheer as well. Made a couple of bids, but no one's willing to pay the £91 million it would cost to take him away from us, and that's all we're going to sell him for. So we'll be back probably on deadline day. So another in, we have confirmed the signing of Neko. I thought I'd go for it. We've got the money. He looks like he could potentially be very, very good. 38 million is a lot of money, but he is going to be a backup winger now. And because we lost Osmani, I think we do need some strength on that side. I want to use Diego as a rotation with Mariba in the Mazzala role rather than out on the left. So I think having the option to use Neko on the left is a better idea than... we are going to put him straight into the first team though, than using Diego out there. So yeah, 38 million, it's a lot of money for a youngster, but hopefully it pays off. We've made some risks, and some have worked and some have failed in this save, but I'm hoping this is one that will work out. So interesting. Yes, we beat Wolves 2-0, which was very, very nice indeed. Again, we're still looking for the first goal of the season for new signings, Della Bianco and Robert. But Robert played 7.3. We actually played him in attacking midfield in this game. Played really well. Del Bianco got a good reception from the fans, it said in the media, which was lovely. But yeah, next up, deadline day. Man City bid 67 million for Javier Cheer. We said, no, you've got to pay 93, which is his release fee. And they came back with an offer worth 97, but it wasn't all in cash, so I rejected it. I'm only going to accept a bid of 97 million if it's paid all, or 90, whatever it is, million, 91 million if they pay it all in cash. And I think that might happen on deadline day, but we'll find out. So deadline day and the deals are happening already. Medina is going to move on loan to Nice. I don't think we need him anymore at centre back. I was looking to move on Ludwig as well, but I've just rejected that and cancelled that deal because we still need a backup left back, and he's doing a very good job at that. Lots of people want Ross on loan. We're going to reject all these loan offers because we're going to keep him at the club. Neems want Dummermuth on loan. Future 3, £38 million. How much did we pay for him? We paid 29.5. He's worth 47. That's with us paying for all of his wages though. I'd prefer if we got, let's say actually no, I'm going to go mandatory future fee, and I'm going to say 40 million. I'll say they're probably going to say no to this, because I'll tell you what, we'll pay all of his wages if you guarantee you'll pay us 40 million. No, they won't. So there you go. We'll offer him out again on the transfer list. We'll offer him out for 40 million. Just see if anyone bites on deadline day. Training camp squad, auto select for that one. We're going to Cyprus for a bit of warm weather training, and Ludwig, yeah, we cancelled the deal. So Stuttgart are back in for Ludwig, which is interesting because they're the people that we cancelled the deal with before. He's now worth 12.25 million. If they can give us like 18, I'd consider it. Nah, they're not really giving us a lot of options. 15 million? No, I think around 15 is what I want to accept for this. Yeah, so 14 million, I might take that, because I think we can go and get better. Right, they want a loan Dummermuth. Again, I want a fee. I want a fee in there. I want a mandatory fee. I mean, I don't need him anymore. I just don't need him. So let's go 33 million. That's quite cheap. 10.75. No, not that cheap. 30 mil. Oh, wrong one. Let's go 29.5, which is what we paid getting our money back. No, so reject that. If he, I mean, I might offer him out just really cheap. Offer to clubs. Let's just offer him for 32. See if anybody bites, and then if we get down towards the low hours of the transfer window, we'll accept a loan bid for him just to get him some wages off the wage bill. Yeah, not too much to worry about really. As Ludwig is 14 million. I'll take that. I think we bought him in for like 4, didn't we? 3 million we bought him in for as a backup. He's been definitely muscled out by Jan now as left back, so we'll accept that for 14 million. Give him a chance to move back to Germany. And we've got a game coming up against Nottingham Forest tomorrow. But now, do we need to go and find a potential another left-back that can join the club? That is the key. And I think as a backup left-back, we might go for this guy as a little of a last-minute deal. Left-back likes to play as wing-back, which will suit us pretty well. We don't know too much about him, but good pace, good acceleration, decent crossing. He's very similar to Ludwig. But he's English, which is key, and we can get him for like 18 million, which I think could work well for us. We've still got a lot of budget left, and I think bringing in another Englishman who's trained in England, so he will help us out with our registration stuff, would be really, really useful. So we'll see how that goes as well. As Independiente Sudik is on offer from 6.25. I'd like to look at these and just see who the AI is picking up. But yeah, okay, we'll be back. So we have brought in the left back from Burnley. Meja is in as an emergency backup, so it's not too bad. But I think he'll be pretty useful, judging what he's got. Left-footed only, avoids his right foot, likes to knock the ball past the opponent, gets forward. He should suit how we play really, really well and come in as a backup. And another Englishman, which is very, very good to have. Which I know we'll not add him to the training squad. I can't remember when our training camp is, to be honest. Is it 29th to the 1st? Oh, I think it's in between these games here we're popping away. So yeah, we'll add him to it, why not? Squad registration, so he should be free to register. There we go, he is free to register, which is lovely. Yeah, so we've brought Neko in as well, but he's under 21. Gunlaugson's still under 21 as well. That could be the squad, although I've just noticed that in our squad, some people suggest that Bradley was panicked by. No, they have no idea about how we do things. Moriba is wanted by Barcelona. Now, we bought him in for 53 million. If they're going to pay us a shed load of money to get him in, then I'll consider it, to be honest, because I always like getting money. So we come to the end of deadline day, and it's done. It is done. Transfer deadline is finished. We were the biggest spenders for 122 million, but a lot of that was obviously spending the 105 million we got for Osmani, who played his first couple of games up front for Man City, which was interesting. Wow, he's already scored 4 goals in 5 games for a 7.5. They are getting some good performances out of him already. He's probably going to progress into quite the world beater, which we thought he would be. But to be fair, they need it. They're struggling, Man City. They need it. But 105 million we got for him. That's the big move. But all in all, lots happening in this January then. So total 286 million spent this year, 264 million recouped. So yeah, lots and lots to focus on. A very interesting deadline. Well, just January transfer window for us in total. Robert, Bianco, Neko and Bradley Maher join us. And on the big ones on the outs, Osmani, Vincent, between them 140 million going, and then 14 million for Ludwig as well, which I think was very, very good. 27-year-old German, I think we've done well to get 14 million for him, to be honest. And yeah, we've probably overpaid for Neko and Bradley Maher, but I think having those English players helps with our squad registration, because obviously we want to have the most registered players as possible. But we've got some injuries. Gunlaugsson's injured, so Bunga and Larea are going to be rotating at right back. Taylor is out ill, actually. He's got a virus, so he's going to be out for 6 more days. And Camavinga broke his lower leg on the 20th of December. I forgot to mention it. But he is now out for quite a while, so we'll probably see quite a drop-off of stats as well, with a broken leg at the age of 32. Is he 32 or 30? 31. Age of 31. So yeah, it's all to look forward to. But we will be back for that massive episode of Man United and Chelsea in the Premier League and EFL Cup final to see if we can get it. So Man United have now played 2 extra games than us and are 3 points ahead. So we can go 3 points ahead of them before that game. So it's all to play for. Thank you so much for watching. Leave a like if you enjoyed it. Come and subscribe and follow me on Twitch and everything like that. But for now, I'm out. Cheers.